welcome to my channel. If you're new, I have a video highlighting what my channel is all about. I talk about health, I talk about relationships, lifestyle, and and other news which will come by, so you'll get to know about that. But the main thing I talk about my channel is relationships and health. Health I'll start in the next week or the other week, like talking about things related to health. So, and if you're a returning subscriber, I also welcome you back, and I welcome you with the episode of last week. It's also there in the highlight. So if you didn't watch it fully, or you watched it halfway, you can always go and watch it. So today I'm going to talk about the direction in relationships. You see, like when you've had a good foundation, it's up to you and your partner to have to get a direction in the relationship. Because if you don't find a direction, you'll end up in the friend zone. I think most of you are aware about that friend zone thing, whereby maybe like you meet a girl or you meet a guy, then you end up becoming friends, and then after some time, maybe like one of you is expecting like to tell the other how they feel about the other, then like you don't, then they end up becoming friends. So if you don't find a direction, you'll always remain in that friend zone. And you find like when in the friend zone, maybe the other person now gets maybe a partner. That's when like someone comes up and expresses their feelings for you. So that is it. If you don't find a direction, you'll always end up in the friend zone. Then the other thing is, you see, like ladies leave the guys to decide for them the direction. Yeah, because you find like they feel men are superior. Like, oh, of course, men are the superior sex. That's what it has been for like so many years. So the ladies let the men decide, because they feel like they're the ones who have to do everything. So if you let a man decide the direction of the relationship, that is like you're letting him decide the destiny of your relationship. So after some time, maybe like in case you had to break up, you don't have to maybe like blame anyone or even blame him, because you let him decide for you the destiny. People can decide so many directions to take, and like you can choose what you want. There's because someone can want. Okay, I'm going to talk about all of them. Let me start with short term. Someone can want a short term relationship. Some other person can want a long term relationship. So a short term relationship, you find yourself like spending a short time together, maybe like few months, maybe like few years, but it can only happen if you like talk and communicate with your partner about the short term. And you find like in most cases people are not honest. Like African men are not honest enough. So you meet someone and or like you meet a guy or you meet the girl, but in most cases for this it's on the side of the guy, because a guy can be having his own agenda. So like he cannot be honest enough to tell the lady what he really feels. So the lady may be wanting a long-term relationship, which is on default, like on most girls and ladies. Even like girls are emotional, so for them, like they take every relationship to be the last, so they try all their level best to make it work. But if like a guy or a man can be having his own agenda, so the thing ends up in a short-term relationship. Then there's also long-term, whereby you decide together as a couple, or maybe you're dating, so you decide like let's try a long-term relationship. And it's not easy, but you feel like people go on and try. So you go on for the long-term relationship, you spend so many years maybe like together, you do all the things together, you plan together and you work it out, and you even end up together because you have chosen that person to be with you. Then there's that situation of course, friends for benefits. You can also decide to go into that direction, and it's mainly for someone who ends up in. If you end up in the friend zone, then you can also divert it into either you can remain friends, or you divert it to and become friends for benefits. Friends for benefits, you can you can just decide to be there for each other. The guy cares for the girl. The girl maybe also is there for the guy in case maybe wants sex and he wants care, comfort, someone to talk to. Then the girl receives, of course, maybe like gifts, money, time, and all that. So you be friends for benefits, but you can be in an open relationship, whereby you end up doing your own thing. So the girl can date someone else they want, the guy can also date someone else they want, but you're friends. You're friends for benefits. So you feel like your partners, you can be in love with someone else, but your partners are not aware about it. They're not aware, but yet you're friends for benefits. Then also, then the contract relationship, you can also go into that direction, where you just make a contract. It can be okay. It's not in Africa. It's not in Africa. It's mainly the whites who do it. So you can decide to make a contract. Maybe every month the guy is paying the girl this amount of money. Then the girl also can be doing this for the guy. The times you can meet in a month, what you need, and all those things. So all that is in a contract relationship. So if you're starting a relationship, or you're in a relationship, and you're heading for that contract relationship, that is what happened. Then also in the contract relationship, it's more or less also an open relationship. If I like most people say like they can be in an open relationship, maybe on Facebook, but they don't really know what it is. People just say open relationship, but open relationship is where you be in love with your partner, but you're free to do anything. You are free to do anything you want. Like that is really open. So if you put open, I think I should start calling it close relationship. Yeah. Then there are those ones, so you can take a direction whereby, because there's a situation where people you're not in that situation of let what may come. Yeah, you don't plan ahead. You don't plan for your relationship. You take every day like a new day, like the way it is. So if you break up tomorrow, no one gets hurt. Because when you finish a day, you actually thank God that at least we finished a day, another day in a relationship. So they also those people. And so many people actually fall under that. So many people fall under that category of let what may come. Yes. So I've actually mentioned, I've mentioned some of them. And what I've mentioned so far is what everyone, like most people, fall under. So it can either be short term, it can either be long term. Okay, I didn't talk about medium term, but medium term is also there. Medium term, you agree. Okay, if you're going for medium term, you feel like someone can agree. Let's be together for maybe like some time, maybe like 2-3 years. Then after that, that's when you decide to go for maybe like long term. Okay, even that planning is also there. So that is medium term. Then of course long term, contract relationship, friends for benefits. Then those ones those who don't actually like plan for the thing at all. But to go for direction in a relationship, like I had said earlier, it depends on them. It depends on the man. Okay, like ladies, let men decide for themselves. You see, one thing about love. Love actually is a game. So you have to be smart. You have to be sharp. Because if you are there, like then you let someone decide for you on all the things. Then when you get hurt, please don't blame anyone. So when you're planning on the direction, if it's a lady, you have to plan with your guy. If you're already in a relationship, you can pop back those questions. You ask him, what kind of direction are we heading to in our relationship? If you have spent months, if you have spent a year, if you have spent 2 years, 3 years, or even more, you decide on that. Then there also some if you're in a relationship, there's some indicators that show whether your relationship is heading to the right direction or in the wrong direction. First of all, like agreements. If you always agree together on so many things, on your plans, maybe like future plans, midterm plans, current plans. Okay, I put it as plans, but it can mean more than that, because I don't want like to describe this and all that. So just put everything as plans. It can mean maybe like staying together, building a house, and maybe like travel plans and all those things. Maybe like business plans. Like you agree. If you agree on everything, then that's a sign that your relationship is healthy. But if you disagree all the time, disagreements, it depends on when the disagreements start, because there's the beginning of the relationship, midterm, and long term. 0 to 2 years, that's what I can call maybe like short term. Then 2 to 5 to 6 years, that can be like midterm. Then 6 years and above, that is like long term. So if you have spent 2 years, you're in a short term relationship. If you have spent 0 to 2 years, you're in a short term relationship. If you have spent 2 to 4 years, at least that's a mid-term. Then if you have spent 4, okay, like 5, 6 and beyond, then they are heading for a long-term relationship, which you actually want. So that's like on the agreement and disagreement. So, but if you disagree, you can always work things out together. Like you communicate, you give each other time. Because if you love your partner, you'll actually like try to communicate and try to solve those issues. But if one person is like against this, against that, then things will not work out. So that's already a sign that it's not going to the right direction, or it's going to the right direction. Then the lies. You can like when someone is lying a lot. If someone is lying a lot in the relationship, then that's already a sign that it's not healthy. You see, like people lie. Actually, the world, most of the things about the world are actually based on lies. When it comes from religion, politics, the economy, like a human being doesn't want the truth. Even you yourself, yes, I'm talking to you. If they tell you the truth, maybe about you or something, you may not really like feel good. So that is what happens. So it's like people lie not because they want to lie. And that is in a relationship. They lie because they don't want to hurt the other person. But if you don't want to hurt the other person, that means first of all you're already hurting them indirectly, because you're already lying, and that is like you're trying to serve your selfish interest. When people fall in love, they create a bond together, and they want that bond to last. And of course, bonds are not based on lying. And actually, it's even very funny, but most of the relationships are even founded on lies, because they feel like people are not honest. People are not honest enough. That's why honesty is priceless. Because if someone is honest with you, if you're a girl honest with you, he will actually tell you, maybe like, baby, I want a short-term relationship with you. I want a long-term relationship with you. I want a medium-term relationship with you. Or let's be friends for benefits. Or let's go for a contract relationship. Someone will be honest enough to tell you, so that like you know what is lying ahead, so that you know whether it's wasting your time or not, or whether she's wasting your time or not. So so someone has to be like honest, because if you are honest, things will go on. Things will go on very well. So that is it on the agreements, on the lies. Then also like complaints. When you tend to like complain a lot about this, when you start complaining, then just know things are not going on well in the relationship. This having maybe like 1 or 2 complaints, but when the complaints become too much, then they just know things are not heading into the right direction. So like you have to rectify. So like you have to communicate more with your partner. You have to spend more time together. By the time and communication is actually like valuable. I'll talk about that in one of the topics. That is like in a few weeks to come. So every week I'll be releasing one episode. So that is it. So that is on the agreements, on the lies, complaints, and that honesty aspect. So like those are some of the indicators like whether your relationship is heading to the right direction or wrong direction. You're watching this, I may know you personally or I don't know you personally, so I don't know whether your relationship is heading into the right direction, or maybe when you started it. But if it's between 0 to 2 years in a short-term relationship, and hope you go on into the medium term and into the long-term relationship. But you can go back and ask him or ask her, what direction is our relationship heading to? Yeah. So if someone first pauses for some few seconds, that means they're even not sure. So someone who is aware will tell you immediately, like, or he or she will tell you, sweetheart, actually we're actually going for a medium term or long term relationship. But it does not mean like if someone says they're going for a long term relationship that they actually like really mean it. Because someone can say that to please you. If someone can please you by saying that, then you get maybe carried away, or so you take each day as its time. They say action speaks louder than words. So if someone should say something and actually like they mean it, so you keep following that progress. You know, love, relationship, and the marriage, it's actually so wide. It's not all about saying I love you or I love you, you're beautiful, let's do this, and let's make out, let's spend time together, going this. There's actually like much to it. So just like the way you feed yourself to keep yourself going and growing, it's even when you're building a house, you need a plan, a work plan. Yeah, you go to those engineers, they make for you that work plan, then they build for you a house. Without that plan, the house cannot come out. If you don't use that plan and make a house, you can make a house and maybe it gets even demolished, or it crumbles after some time. And there, of course, you don't blame anyone. You blame yourself. You didn't go with the plan. So that is it with also relationship. You have to follow your plan, like the foundation plan. So I don't know whether you made yours. Maybe you discuss with your partner and which direction you're heading. You see, one thing about life, if you don't do some things right, you'll always suffer the consequence. And of course, I don't want you to be a victim. So there's always time to rectify things. So talk to him, talk to her, get that time. Yeah, then you solve everything. I hope you have learned something today. Okay, I'm just trying to add on what you know, or telling you what you know, but in a different kind of way. So if you have liked my video, if you have liked watching it, then I really appreciate. And if you have reached this point, I really appreciate it. You can leave if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll be there I'll be there to attend to you and maybe answer your questions. Or if you know me personally, I actually have a page. I'll put the link of the page also here, so that maybe you follow me and you ask your questions, or maybe you want me to talk about something next time. I will actually talk about it. So some of the questions you'll ask me, I'll start by answering them in the next session. So you can subscribe, you can hit the like button, you can even leave a comment if you haven't. If you have, I'm really glad, and I hope to see you next time. Wish you all the best and God bless you.